Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Empire. So today we're going to be talking about Wonderland. As you guys know, we're all pretty heavily invested in this, and we think that this is probably the safest DAO project that you can currently be in, okay? And it's still giving great returns at about 10% every 5 days, roughly, just under. And yeah, they're starting to make some great moves, okay? So in this video, we're going to touch on the current price and what the backing per time, or explain the ratio between that. We'll talk about the treasury balance and the runway. We're going to explain that a little bit. Okay, we're also going to jump over onto Daniela's Twitter, go through some of the recent tweets that he's done. Right, so this guy, he's the CEO. I guess the easiest way to explain it, of Wonderland. He's the creator of it. Right, he's also the guy behind Spell and Popsicle Finance. Going to jump onto the charts, talk about what we can sort of expect potentially price-wise over the next few months. Then I want to jump over and talk about the recent DAO vote that's going on. So the first step towards becoming a real DAO. All right, so first things first, let's just talk about the dashboard, explain everything here, because I had a few questions about this. I know people don't necessarily understand everything. So real quick, this is obviously the current price of time, and this is the backing per time. So backing per time is how much basically the Treasury fund is per time. All right, so your one time equates to just under $2,200, and this is currently a less than a 4x between the backing price and the time price, which is probably the lowest that I've seen it in quite a while. Okay, now this is going to keep growing from as the treasury funds get deployed and he starts using the treasury funds to make more money. As we're starting to do that, I think that's what's going to start really increasing the backing per time, because it's not just money from bonding that's coming in. We're then using the money that we've already got from bonding to make more money. That's where we should see the backing start increasing quite significantly, I think, over the next few months, as long as the market stays bullish. And if that happens, we should see the backing price start to climb. And if that starts climbing pretty quickly, I think we're going to see the price of time starting to climb quite quickly as well. All right. And what the runway means is that's how many days we can sustain this current APY. So at the moment, we can keep giving out 87K APY for over a year, so for 414 days, okay? We're not going to give out that APY for that long though, guys, okay? So it is not actually going to happen like that. We're going to start to vote that to decrease once it becomes a DAO, more than likely, but that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because we'll stop inflation so much. And even if this drops to, say, 8,000%, which is what Ohm's currently at, that's still 8% a week. Okay, 8% a week is huge. And the thing that we're going to have as an advantage over the other DAOs that have a higher APY is, yes, the APY might only be 8% a week instead of making 12 or 15% a week on some of the other DAOs, but we're going to have such a big treasury that the treasury is going to be able to be used to start growing. So as the treasury starts growing, the backing per time is going to start increasing. So the price of time should start increasing. So although that you're going to earn less time, we should actually start to see the price of time going up as the treasury starts going up just from the use of that. Okay, so that's where you're going to start getting the real growth, is when the price of time starts increasing because they're using the treasury properly. All right, so that's what we want to talk about with some of his recent tweets. Okay, it's just how smart he's sort of playing everything. All right, the first main one I want to talk about is what he's talking about here about the stable coins. So he's talking about Wonderland is going to deploy at least 50 million in stable coins on the new Uniswap V3 Popsicle Finance managed liquidity. So at least 50 million is going to be deployed. So that's going to be starting to earn basically a passive income of more US dollars. So if we get bear market hits, you've got at least 50 mil tied up that's not going to lose value. It's actually going to be making money. Obviously, as the treasury grows, I'd expect everyone in the DAO to start voting to increase that. Okay, like especially as we get later and later in this bull run, I don't see an issue with having, say, 25% of the DAO money in stable coins earning a passive income, because then when the inevitable drop comes, we can then use that income to buy the dip on Bitcoin, buy the dip on some of those top tier projects that are basically guaranteed to make you money when the bull market comes again. Right? So the fact that we've got those opportunities in DeFi now to use stable coins to make such high APY, if you can make 20, 30% plus in stable coins, you're laughing, right? So the fact that we're starting to transition into that's a great sign. It's good to hedge against the bear market. Right? Also talks about here adding liquidity. So AVAX mempool, right? And another great one that he posted the other day was here. So rebalancing the Wonderland Treasury and deploying new farming strategy in the upcoming days. Right. So he's going to start using Treasury funds, start to spread it out over a few other protocols and things like that, I'd say. But yeah, he's starting to do farming strategies, so he's going to start using that money to make more money. Right. So as that starts to happen, that's when that backing per time is going to start increasing, because we're using the Treasury funds to make more money. We're not just relying on bonding. Right. So this is what we've always been planning to work towards. Okay, so it's going to be very interesting to see how all this plays out over the coming months. And then the latest thing he's been doing too is he's been adding a lot of big names to be multi-signers. All right, so this means that before any Treasury funds can be moved, all of these people are going to have to sign the transaction. Okay, so that's great news. You can go in, have a look at these. One of the guys that has signed up is, see, this guy here, founder of AVE. Okay, so he's got some pretty big names that are coming on to be helping out with Wonderland. All right, so you can see if some of these big names here are coming out and joining on Wonderland, everyone's sort of getting on now and they're in it for the long haul. All right, people aren't getting on this to ride out the next month or two. They're getting on this to try and build this into a big long-term sustainable project. All right? That leads on to the snapshot. Okay, so this is what Wonderland wants to become. It wants to become a proper DAO. Okay, so this is the first vote. Things are just starting to sort of come out and come together. But what they want to do here is fulfill Wonderland as a VC role in gaming IDOs. So this first vote is just to see whether or not people want them to reach out. So I've read things with the Discord, a lot of people are shooting this down because they're saying, oh, there's not enough info and blah, 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 all these sort of things. If they said in the Discord, they've said it, this was just to see whether people want them to talk to them. Okay, so you can see here, private sale discussion, private investment. So yeah, they want to start basically buying into launchpads. I've got some of my own personal money in launchpads. They don't give the greatest return. They give these huge returns, but you only get a small portion of your tokens to sell first up. So it's great for managing your own money. I'm not necessarily sold on whether this is the best investment for Wonderland. Depends how much money they want to put in. But either way, it's good that they're going to start investing in games. It gets you good exposure to a lot of games, but there's going to be multiple things that we can start investing in. You know, if we can get over a bunch of launch pads, if we can actually get a bit more money onto them, we can then get money on all these startup games. You only need a few of them to pop, and then it could be good. So I personally would need a little bit more info about this before I could, safely say whether I think it's a good idea or bad idea. I definitely think it's worth getting more info on. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. So at the moment, 3.77k out of 5k have voted. All right, so it looks like it's probably going to pass. But like I said, this is only passing to get more info. So I voted yes on this, just because I want to see a bit more info and see what sort of comes out from it all. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this goes. So we'll give you an update once we have more info on this. But then as far as the top price of it goes, so you can see we started down here. So the price we launched at ages ago, we've now got more backing per time. So we should never see these sort of prices because the time's back more than that. Had this big run up here, obviously to 12k. But in this whole time, the backing per time has slowly been increasing. So although the price, last time we hit about 10k, I think the backing per time was only about $1,500. So we've actually got a higher backing per time now that we're down around the 8k. So over the next few coming months, I'm actually expecting the price of time to start steadily rising. And I think next time we hit 10k, we could finally actually push through that. What I think is going to cause that is this backing per time needs to start increasing. If this backing per time gets up to $3,000-$4,000, then if this gets up to $3,000 or $4,000, we should comfortably be holding a price over $10,000 then. Okay, so this is the main thing that I'm personally keeping an eye on. And as this starts climbing, then I expect the price to finally sort of shoot up through here. And doing all these things that he's bringing out, the farming, the potentially doing VC investing and all these sort of things, that is what is going to start growing that backing per time at a far greater rate than we have seen before. All right, so that was a quick little update on everything going on with time. Let me know if there's anything else you want to explain better. Once Danielle puts a few more tweets out, once we get a bit more info from this DAO vote and things like that, and once a bit more structure happens with the DAO, we'll put another video out. But yeah, exciting few months ahead for time, guys, and can't wait to see where it all goes. As always, join our Discord if you've got any questions, and yeah, we're happy to answer. Thanks, guys. Bye.